sent me
Bags.
invites.
Ball
Oh.
bags is not here.
1, 2, 3.
I thought he
1,
plugged his
2,
mic
3.
in, but he hasn't, obviously.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Someone just left.
Are we live?
You.
I think we are. I think we might be live, but it's not showing up on my subscriptions.
Oh, hello. Look who's back.
It's not showing up on my subscriptions, so I'm just waiting
You are
and
live.
giving it
You are
time.
live.
Oh yeah, we are live.
You
Good
are.
evening, everyone. Sorry about the confusion. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TFRL A-League Round 10. We have reached the halfway stage of the European season here, and we are here in many of our drivers' home tracks. We are here in Britain. I'm GemTed14, and I'm going to be your lead commentator and F1 coordinator once again. And joining me in the commentary box, if he is here, is Bullboy57.
He's not.
That's a good impersonation of Bullboy57, my co-commentator, but sadly it is not him. But it looks like we're going to get 19 A-League drivers tonight, plus one reserve. Which isn't too bad. I'm absolutely freezing. If you can hear me in the background, I'm absolutely freezing. I'm trying to get myself warmed up and heating's just came on. And...
rubbing your windy.
Oh yeah, Technique needs to go into the Haas, if that is fine. He's on a 3-bar connection as well.
He's on
As long as we get small
4 bar.
guy in, we need somebody else in. Shall I give an invite to Glocky then? Glocky is rapid. Glocky getting called up to the call.
Love.
I'll just give Glocky. Everyone's in the right car. Lovely. Just send a message to Glocky to tell them to get in the Mercedes. I'll go into spectator mode. I'll give out another batch of invites and then we can get started. Nope, everyone's here. Somebody's just got into a car, I know that. So Technique will get allocated the Haas then, if that's the case. Yeah, Punisher needs to go into Ferrari. If somebody can message him personally, tell him to do that, I'll be greatly appreciated. Because I have told him to go Ferrari. Kill off if he doesn't do what he's told. Oh, Lomans is on! No, Lomans is on! Oh, for God's sake! Right, give Lomans an invite, and sorry, Glocky he's gonna have to be kicked, I'm afraid. Don't kick him yet, because Lomans might have that update to do, of course, so... Can it send message? Oh dear. Seraph? What's happened to Seraph? He's appearing offline. Oh, okay. So Glocky is already left. If he's listening, then that is much appreciated. Thank you very much. Doesn't have to get kicked like Bullboy does with his FOL drivers. So if we can get Lomans in, if Lomans has got the update to do, if somebody can find out if Lomans has got that update to do, then we could get Glocky back in to fill in for him, but I'm not going to be waiting around forever. I'm going to turn off my notifications because I'm getting spammed by the bloody B-League chat now. Right, there we go.
Come on,
Bullboy's
use
already in
message
spectator
Lawrence
mode,
on
which is
Twitter
good.
or not.
Oh, just
I'll check my friends list just to see if see what he's doing. Ah, you absolute melon. You forgot to put the poll up on Twitter. Put in. We'll do it now, though. Actually, put in predictions who you expect to win this race and go, qualify on poll here tonight in Britain. I want to see many comments now flooding in. We've got 15 viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in. 8 minutes, but it's got a copy, so it's going to be half an hour. I would rather run with Glocky and get this race started now than getting Lawmans in. So Glocky, if you are listening, you can join back. I think it's just fair because I don't want to be waiting around like half an hour for Lawmans' update to be done. Because this could impact on... Yeah, it could impact on some of the drivers that are... thingy. Somebody was about to say something there.
I was going to say going to spectator mode. Right, I think we can ready up now.
Yeah, we can go. I'm happy we can go. Lovely.
Let me have a quick check of the settings. Right, yep, shot quality 50%, dynamic, midday, yep, invite only, yep. Yeah,
it's unfortunate that Lawmans won't be able to race, but I mean, the update takes an age. I mean, if he's got 8 minutes of update time to do on a 16 megabit update, then that's quite concerning.
Yeah.
Is my co-commentator here, by the way? Is he appeared?
No, he hasn't invited the TARS either.
Right, we are about to start up though. 20 drivers, that's a good full grid that I like to see. I think that might be the second week in a row we've got a full grid even.
A full week.
A full week, yeah. A full week of a full grid. That'll make so much sense.
Having a full week.
Yeah, well, let's have a look on thingy. Apologies for the 5 minutes delay to the start, but we should be finished around 8:15. Let me have a check on the comments. James, do you know where the Lawmans is? Didn't hear anything about him. Wait 8 minutes. Yeah, I really didn't want to wait 8 minutes, if I have to be honest. Because it could impact on some of the guys if they've got stuff to do later on in the night. Say if they've got another league race, for example, that could impact on them attending that. But Lawmans can... I'll tell you what I'll do. I can if he's available tomorrow, Lawmans can race tomorrow in B League. If there's a space. Right, but anyways, good luck, guys. What? How small is that small guy? Very small by the judgment of this. Good luck, guys. I will be back in touch very soon. And that was the guys in the party, and we are going to have our first action out on track here. If you're just tuning in, welcome to TFRL A-League. I am JemsHead14, your lead commentator. Joining me in the commentary box is Bullboy57. He is not here at this moment in time, so you're stuck with me for now. Both Williams is leaving the pit garages there, which is quite strange. And already, Mr. JB22F1MC has left the party, which might be a prelude to his night that might happen. First out on track, though, looks to me as if it's Matthias. Matthias for the win, baby. Oh, I'll get up the championship standings. Championship standings are done. I can inform you of the updated championship standings without having the need for bloody doing them on the spot like I did last week. But the championship standings are as follows. Wise League on 166 points, currently leading the way. Matt32575 in second, both of which are attending tonight. He's on 88. Azadar Will in third on 87. Then there's a little bit of a gap down to Matthias, the guy we're on board with now, currently sitting fourth with 63. Lyronix, the German driver, in 5th on 63 points after 3 races of attendance, and his win in Austria last week, of course. Bossman in 6th on 43, sadly he's not here tonight, neither is Kazizzle, who's sitting in 7th on 41. Then at 7th on 39 and 8th, Scuba retiring actually, last time, 31 points for him in 9th, and 30 points for Onyxmer in 10th. And we've also got Punisher, is it our QWERTY as I might to call him, on 26, CSR Vulcan, VSR Francis on 25, Joe on 23, and Small Guy on 23, rounding off the top 15, as Matthias is about to start his lap. He's on the soft compound of tyre. Most of the guys actually on the soft compound of tyre. Don't worry if you see yellow flags in Sector 3, by the way. That was probably the guys just preparing for a lap. Saying that, there'll probably be somebody crashing as soon as I say that. But Matthias, the Dutch driver, now on his flying lap, just going down the Wellington Straight towards Brooklands. Brooklands, this left-hander, and then the right-hander coming through this section is Luffield. So this is Luffield he's coming through now. And let's take on board Shot going through Luffield, the old pit straight, of course, before preaching Cops. And that might be rain, actually. Was that a raindrop coming down on my screen? I'm not quite sure. Matthias, though, flat out of Cops, reaching around 185 mile an hour on entry. He's going to be reaching around 200 once he gets the DRS open down the Hangar Straight. Running through Maggots and Beckett's now. He's on the exit of Beckett's and now runs onto the Hangar Straight before entering Stowe. So Matthias is in a good middle sector there, and the Dutchman looking to claim possibly his first pole position, I think, in TFRL A-League this season. If he can do this. It's quite early on in the session, remember, so watch out for some of the guys improving. I will put it down to top 3 very, very shortly as Matthias ends his lap. It's going to be around a 26 here. Matthias across the line, 26.5, and that is already a very good lap to start off the session here at Silverstone, at the home of British Motorsport, of course. Let's see if anybody else is on the lap. Interesting that Small Guy is on the medium compound of tyres there, the Sauber driver. Technic Gaming just goes 5 tenths slower than Matthias, and now quite a few drivers begin to set lap times. Mainly in behind Matthias, as Jon Palainen goes within a tenth of him in the Renault. Seraph now just starting his lap, so let's move on board with somebody else. Berra on the hard compound of tyre. Now the hards I don't think work well around here, if I have to be honest, especially if it's changing conditions. So if we get a situation like that, I'm not saying we will, but if we do get a situation like that, either in qualifying or in the race, the hard tyres are the worst tyres to come out on if you want to go for 1-stop stint or indeed a 2-stop stint. Berra now coming around the final corner, so let's see how he does, the Dutchman. And he goes P6, but already you can tell the hard tyre is not working there for Berra. 28.8. He probably can go quicker than that. So, be interesting to see. Not many drivers setting lap times. Actually, yellow flags in Sector 3 there was for Hamres. As Scuba, I think, has just pulled him up into P3. Lyronix has gone P4. So everyone's setting around the 26.6s, going down to around the 27s at the minute. Lyronix and Scuba just setting 3rd and 4th. Wise Lake Championship leader in the pits, so he must have invalidated his lap, and he went for a very low fuel run there. He went for a very good low fuel run, but he's in the pits already after that. JB and a Force India going side by side there. Technically Gaming's had a 5-place grid penalty with Vaporizer, and that's coming into the pits, but JB and Force India, I think that might have been Seraph, as Punisher has just gone quicker by 12 thousandths out in front, 26.518 compared to Matthias's 26.530. 10 viewers watching, thank you very much for tuning in to TFRL A-League tonight. As Button is not on laps, let's go on board with somebody else if we can. Seraph just preparing for a lap by the looks. He's down on his time. Hamres going for a low fuel run as well, and he's now running through the middle sector. Around 103.5, I think, through there for Hamres, the Mercedes driver. Missing his teammate, of course, tonight, Kazizzle, who is currently within the top 10 in the championship. Onyx Mur has left the session, which is quite strange. Onyx Mur has left the session. Let me just see, because I saw a couple of comments coming through. Let me just check if there are, if there's anything going on with this lobby or whatever. Onyx can't do anything. have to leave this game as a joke. Onyx, if you can put in the comments what has happened to you, that would be much appreciated. How small is that small guy? Very small, but he's sitting in 8th place as Matt Tibos has just gone quicker with a 26.260. So very nice lap there by the Renault driver. And currently for the 2 Renaults, as rain is beginning to come down out on track, so it is imperative for these guys to get out. To get out now before the rain really hits, as we've just seen Hamra's running out of fuel there, running down towards Cops. Seraph coming through Maggots and Beckett's. On the exit of Beckett's and now running down the hangar straight. And Seraph improving by an absolute mile, 13.2 seconds up on his pace. I was in the pits and I can't press X. Now that is the new patch that has probably caused that, Onyx. Because, of course, the new patch did come out earlier on in the week. I think it was yesterday, in fact, it came out. We did have problems in TFRL, in FRL F2 last night. If you did see that commentary, thank you for tuning in, first of all, to that commentary. But Seraph, going 13th there on the mediums, the Portuguese driver in the Force India. Onyx Mer has joined. That is the name tag that is missing, just to point out for anyone that is joining. Lewis, 1104, AZR Lewis, now on a lap. In fact, he is cutting the chicane, so he's not on a lap. Wisely on the run up to line 26.3. So that would have put him second championship leader, but he invalidated on his lap. So it'll be interesting to see if he can actually set this. In fact, I think he might have just been going on for a lap, so I do apologise for that. Let's run on board with Wisely, as the track will begin to get a little bit colder. Small guy gets out of the way nicely there. Good sportsmanship between these drivers, of course. Not like in B-League, what you will expect tomorrow night from some of the guys. And speaking of B-League, there are... James, is Ryan racing in B-League tomorrow? Yes, Glocky will be racing in B-League tomorrow. I was literally just about to come on to him as well. Glocky is in here purely as a reserve, and he's the only reserve that we've called up upon from B-League. He was quick in A-League last week, and we've decided to give him another chance tonight to prove himself, and he is part of the AZR family, of course, so I think it's just right that he does join, as Onyx Mer has now officially joined the session, which is good to see. Wisely now on a lap, running into going down the hangar straight, and this is looking like a quick lap going down the straight. I've got now that glitch. Oh, Onyx Mer has joined, has now just gone off my screen, which is good. Can I continue my quali? I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, if it is a glitch lobby, then we might have to restart. I'm not sure. If people are feeling the same, please comment in the comment section or let me know. I have my notifications off, of course. I'm not sure where my co-commentator is, though, at this moment in time. 27.4 there from Wisely. He's just gone 9th, just behind Xbree. And there was another Red Bull getting out of the way there. That was Lyronics getting out of the way, and he's getting out of the way of further drivers. Onyx is calling for a restart. I have to monitor that, to be honest. It's not our fault, of course. It's the game's fault. And as I said, as I iterated last night in FRL F2, Vaporizer's already at the session. What's happened to him? Let's see. Going above with Wisely. The rain now beginning to come down a little heavier out on track. And what is it in the UK without rain? Let me have a look. There are quite a few comments coming through. As I said, I can't do much about drivers having problems. I know there was a glitch with Onyx there, and we do apologise for that, of course. But in all fairness, I think we should just continue this session for now and see how it goes. And if there's any problems that develop during the race, we will, of course, call a restart, and it will be a 50% race. There's a McLaren JB22 F1MC there, making a late ditch attempt going into the pits and slowing Wisely up, and there's been a crash in behind. That was Technique Gaming, I think, and Wisely gets the penalty for that. What on earth? JB, that needs to be removed. I'm sorry, but that is just a joke. JB going into the pits, making a late decision first of all to come into the pits, then to brake check Wisely coming into the pits. That's just not on. I'm sorry, but that's not on at all. Berra retiring. Quite a few drivers now retiring, so I'm guessing the conditions out on track are getting worse. Another ruined race in TFRL for me. On the bright side, Onyx, you are 10th in the championship on 30 points, and you're just a point behind the Scubas. So if you can make anything out of it in the race, then it'll be a comeback from the gods, really. Quite a few drivers now slowing down on their laps. Lewis is the only one that hasn't set a lap of those that are not in the pits. Variable in his way. Ooh, Lewis getting out of the way. But that track is getting greasier and greasier. Don't expect to have DRS disabled coming up on your screens very, very shortly, as drivers are sensing that the track will not improve in this session, and I certainly don't think it will improve in this session either. Hopefully my co-commentator can join me, because I'm not really doing this alone, if I have to be honest. Lewis now on the run up towards Cops. Let's see how he takes this in greasy conditions, and he's run wide of Cops. So you can probably appreciate why these drivers are retiring from the session. They don't feel like they can improve. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2, Hamres has crashed. Lewis is going miles off the track, having a kick of oversteer going through Magnus and Beckett's. These tyres, this is definitely not dry conditioned, I don't think now. This could be borderline inters for some of the guys. Some of the guys that haven't set laps could set a lap, as I do believe that is my co-commentator bursting into life in the background there. That certainly is. He's about to join me any second now on the mic. And is Mr. 57 here?
Oh,
that was a very long, very, very long.
Something happened, and I had my pistol. Combination of the two. That's why I'm late. I do apologise about that, but I am here.
I'm just done with F1 racing. Onyx, he had a glitch in the pits. He couldn't press X coming out into the pit, out the pits. That's not our fault. That's the lobby's fault. There might be a glitched lobby. I'm going to monitor it throughout the course of qualifying. It is raining out on track, if you haven't noticed.
Oh yeah, I see that.
But Matt Tibos on pole with a 26.2.
Punish a second. Tyres third. So yeah, is that because the patch has caused all these recent glitches, do you think?
It must be. That's what I said in, earlier on when I was on about it.
Yeah.
Definitely the patch. It was only released yesterday, and I was linking it to F1 F2 as Lewis has gone for a spin coming out of Beckett's. Oh, that's a huge, huge crash for Lewis. Hopefully he's all right, and he is. He's driving away from the scene. Okay, of course you can't be killed on F1 2018, although I've seen some glitches and they are. Rain is getting heavier out on track, just to confirm. Plenty of drivers are now not sensing this. JB being an absolute dickhead and going out on the wet compound of tyre. It's not wet immediately, it still dries. It still dries. There's been no DRS disabled coming up. It still dries, but it's in between both dries and inters. It'll probably be more inters than anything at the minute.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, most people are retiring now, I think, because it's just it's not getting better at all.
Yeah, I think the drivers that are remaining in the pit lane, I think are just monitoring conditions. There is a